Good morning, it is Jane with Scraptasticyarns, and it's time for another week of stuff. I thought I would start by telling you, you know the January challenge that Lottie and Terry had to finish whips? Well, I didn't get mine done. Things were a little busy. So, I'm putting those two items. They're both wearables for me. One is a crocheted top and the other one is a knitted top. So I plan on getting those finished in February. So I just thought I'd update you on that. And I know I had shown you the first hospitalization where I'd made the hat out of the neon fleck. And I needed a scarf, so I just did a little half double crochet scarf to go with it. What can I say? Things just didn't get done. At least not the way I wanted them to get done. Now, my movie marquee blanket. I had chosen the gray, the colors light gray, lemon, white, red, and orange. And here is that. It is just a lapgan. And I just did a simple border of double crochets around the edges with the red and the orange and yellow. So that is done. The tag is the tag that we put on all of our items for the prayer shawl ministry. And I don't think I've ever shown you the tag. This is just one of the tags we have. Basically it just says prayerfully made for you, that kind of thing. And we put tags on the items, and then when they go out, they have the tags. And I will tell you, if any of you work for do any prayer shawl groups or any group that crochets for charities, Project Linus is always looking for blankets. And I think they want them 48 by 50 is normally what they want for kids and teens. If you have a tag that you use for your organization, they will leave the tag on there and then also add their tag to it, which is a great thing because it helps get it known that people are donating all over the place for them, and Project Linus is a great place to do afghans for, and those are sewn, quilted, crocheted, knitted, and they go for children and teens that are in the hospitals, those kind of things, are undergoing certain treatments. So please consider donating to Project Linus as well when you're donating. Generally you can look up projectlinus.org and find a location that is a drop-off near you. Ours, the closest one that I know of is, I think, Fast Signs in Williamsport. And so, you know, we do donate there as well. So, I did finish my Calming Comfort. And this is done in the Limeade colorway by Karen 1 Pounders. And there it is in all its glory. And I will put a picture up here. Now I chose not to do all the rounds with this fancy work here. I think you did a total of 5 rounds of this. I chose just to do the 2 rounds and then to finish it off. You will notice that on my last row, I didn't like the last row that was on that pattern, so I chose just to do a half double crochet around. And here's the reason. I think that it made it way too feminine. I think this blanket as it is can be male or female, but depending on the edging that you put on it would make it more feminine. So I wanted to leave this open so that we had males to donate to. We could donate that as well. So that is a finished object. It is going to prayer shawl. Wednesday. It'll be off and on its way. Now, I did want to tell you the Facebook group for Scraptastic there are some changes that are going to be coming up, but the main change when you join, it's free to join, no issues. You do have to answer the questions. There are, I think, 4 or 5 questions you have to answer, and you have to agree to the rules. Those that don't, I just flat out deny them. All you have to do is answer the questions. Easy peasy. But some of the things that are going to change on that is because I am trying to work myself into being more active on this group, to do some things with the group that I had not planned on doing before. But there's been a lot of what I call spamming by people who join this group to share their patterns, their websites, their whatever, their YouTube channels. So some of those rules are going to be hard and fast and change so that Monday you can share whatever you want to share, your website, your channel, your whatever. But what is not acceptable ever is to share when you are live on your channel or your group, to share that to the group. That is spam. I don't like it. If you do it, I'm going to block you and delete you from the group. So those are some hard and fast rules that are coming up. Plan on having them laid out and put in print form for everyone, and also to be included with the rules, that you have to say okay to. So some of you may have joined and have been spamming like crazy, and that's never okay. I will say this, that if it is a charity group that you're looking to share meetups, those kind of things, I will allow that every day of the week. So, there. But some of these others, things are going to change big time. I am hoping to have some fun things to do on the channel, on the Facebook group. It's just been a madhouse around here, So, I hope those of you that have joined will keep an eye out. And I thought I enjoyed doing the wild cow, and I need to finish getting that pattern written up. I did enjoy doing it, so I thought about doing something else along that lines, and we'll do it in the Facebook group, not on this channel, but on the Facebook group. And then once, I'm also working on my website. That's been let's just say it, shit show lately. So plan on working on that as well. Now, also, I want to remind all of you, Wings starts back up. Rose Likes Crochet will be taking those donations starting in February. They are looking for small stuffed toys, dolls, that can go in a Easter basket, not a big Easter basket, small Easter basket. So think small stuffed stuffies, plushies that you're making. All right, so remember that. Keep that going, and each month we'll try to remind you of what's going on with Rose and Wings. I know next month I'll also start, next month, I guess it is next month, I'll start listing some of those things as well for Rose and the channel. It's a great organization. I will tell you my story about why I support it. My first marriage was verbally and physically abusive at times. I will tell you a couple of times I just ignored it when he hit me. But there was one time he was mad about something because I was fixing something for dinner he didn't want. He reached out, punched me in the shoulder. I turned around, punched him back in the face. And this is after I'd watched the movie The Burning Bed with Farrah Fawcett. I said, you got to remember, you got to sleep sometime, and I got an iron skillet. And I ain't afraid to use it on you anymore, so you need to stop the hitting. But he was verbally abusive. There was no place for me to go. No place. If there had been an organization like Wings, I would have left in a heartbeat, taken my kids, and got out of that situation. But there was not. So I did not. So Wings is a very valuable resource for those women that are in abusive situations or just difficult situations. So please consider donating to them whenever you can. And let's see it grow. Let's see what happens this year. I'm excited for Wings this year. So, all right. I think that is it for that portion. I have got some bags cut, which I need to get. Daigo's had her prizes, so those will be shipped out very soon. I will get those shipped out probably Wednesday afternoon to the winners who received those bags. I know I didn't show you the bags, but there's some nice bags. And I just haven't had a chance to take a picture of them yet, but when I'll do that, and then you can see what everybody won. Okay, are you ready for a little what in Tarnation? Because it's time. World's largest display of citrus fruits assembled in Louisiana store. A Louisiana supermarket teamed up with a fruit producer to break the Guinness World Record for the largest display of citrus fruits. Rouse's Markets and Sunkist Growers said they gathered more than 40,000 pounds of oranges, mandarins, lemons, grapefruits, and tangelos at the Rouse's Market store in Metairie, I think that's how you pronounce it, to break the Guinness record. The display vastly exceeded the goal of 6,177 pounds set by Guinness before the attempt. Organizers said the display totaled more than 100,000 individual fruits, and it is a beautiful display. And there's video. So enjoy it. There is a video of this next one. I'll tell you when after I read the story. TikTokers team up to make the world's largest cake pop. A pair of popular TikTokers teamed up in Massachusetts to cook a nearly 100-pound cake pop and break a Guinness World Record. TikTok creators Nick DiGiovanni and Lynn Davis, aka Linja, met up in Cambridge to make the 97-pound, 8.52-ounce cake pop. The ingredients were 32 boxes of cake mix, 5.5 cartons of egg mix, 16 cups of oil, 16 blocks of cream cheese, 10 pounds of powdered sugar, 35 cups of water, 2 sticks of butter, 5 cups of rainbow sprinkles, 6 teaspoons of meringue powder, and 16 tablespoons of vanilla extract. The finished dessert, which was dubbed the world's largest cake pop by Guinness World Records, measured 50.75 inches in circumference and was attached to a 33-inch stick. The chefs said they made sure none of their spherical confection went to waste. We took it to friends and family, medical aides, and a sports team. We also saved some in our freezer for snacking throughout the holiday season. None is going to waste at all, Dia Giovanni told Guinness. The pair said their leftover ingredients, including nearly 50 boxes of cake mix, were donated to a local food bank. The video is on YouTube. And Linja, she is absolutely adorable. And wait for the total at the ending, because you're going to really have a giggle when she says her last words. You know, there was a mystery dog that was captured in Pennsylvania, somewhere outside of Pittsburgh. And they didn't know whether it was a dog, coyote, some other animal, chupacabra, who knows what it could have been. It escaped. Mystery animal that might be a dog escapes from Pennsylvania rescue. And there's pictures. Mystery animal that experts said could either be a dog or a coyote escaped from a wildlife group's facility about a week after being rescued from the cold. Wildlife Works Mount Pleasant, which took the animal in after it was found cold and shivering outside Christina Eath's Fairfield Township home, said personnel arrived Thursday morning to find the unidentified canine had destroyed its cage, trashed the hospital area, and chewed through a window sill to escape. We had him for about a week, during which time he ate nutritious food, received treatment for his mange and secondary infections. We can only guess he was starting to feel somewhat better and decided it was time to go. The group said personnel had not experienced any aggressive behavior or previous escape attempts from the animal. Experts were unable to determine whether the animal was a dog or coyote, so a sample was sent for DNA testing. The results have not yet returned. So he's loose again. Now, I've been to this area. It's a beautiful area, it can be. But there is a TikToker that does a lot of pranks, and this is one. Viral TikTok village of Swiss village tricks Florida woman into visiting a North Carolina town. A prank video on TikTok fooled a disappointed Florida woman into visiting a North Carolina town she expected to look like Switzerland, and now the town's mayor has weighed in. Olivia Garcia said in a TikTok video that she and her family were driving through the Carolinas to have a look at recent snows, and she convinced them to make a detour to Gastonia, a town which she had recently seen in a viral TikTok from Zachary Kesey. Kesey's video, part of what he calls his Not Carolina series, features footage of his trip to Switzerland, which he intentionally misidentified as Gastonia. Garcia told WBTV the video made Gastonia look like a little town out of a Disney movie. She said the reality of Gastonia came as a surprise. And then all of a sudden we get there, and it's just rundown gas stations. Like we had to go to the bathroom and there was no bathroom that worked in any of the gas stations, Garcia said. Gastonia is not that bad. Garcia's reaction to the real Gastonia earned the attention of Walker E. Reed III, the town's mayor. Apparently, we are the talk of the town. And while Gastonia is certainly not Switzerland, we're glad people are learning more about our great city, Reed said. Reed invited both TikTokers to visit the town and give it another chance. We're glad to see so many people having fun with Zachary Kesey's post, and hopefully Miss Garcia will come back to see all the great things our city has to offer. In fact, if they want to contact me, I'd love to give them a personal tour and show them what makes our city tick, Reed said. Kesey said he reached out to Garcia to apologize for the confusion. He said he would be interested in Reed's offer of a tour. I've never stopped in the city, and I think it's time to pay a visit, Kesey said. Garcia said she would also be willing to take a second look at the real Gastonia. I'm sure there are pretty parts, so I will 100% go back, Garcia said. Now this next story involves a hockey team. In Pennsylvania, Hershey. There is something that they have done every year except for the first year of COVID, or maybe it was the last year due to COVID. It was last year due to COVID concerns. 52,341 stuffed bears tossed on the ice at Pennsylvania hockey game. Pennsylvania hockey team's teddy bear toss event set a new record when fans tossed 52,341 stuffed bears onto the ice. The Hershey Bears, an American Hockey League team, held the teddy bear toss during its Saturday game against the Hartford Wolfpack. The event called on spectators to throw teddy bears onto the ice after the Bears scored their first goal, which came early in the first period. The teddy bears tossed onto the ice broke the previous record of 45,765, which was set by the same team in 2019. The Bears did not have a teddy bear toss in 2021 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Here's the best part. The stuffed animals collected during the event are being distributed to more than 25 local organizations, including the Dauphin County Children and Youth, Cocoa Packs, Boys and Girls Club of Harrisburg, Palmyra Lions Club, Autism Society Greater Harrisburg Area, and the Children's Miracle Network in Hershey. The Bears won the game 5-0. It's a great cause. Great cause. So, I was going to give you one more story, but I need to find more information on it. I will tell you, about a week ago, maybe 10 days ago, there was a truck that was carrying monkeys. They were infected monkeys that had come in from Kenya. Yes, from a lab going to a military lab. And the driver ran into the back of a dump truck, and several of the monkeys escaped. I believe there were a total of 4 that actually escaped, and they did catch all of them after a big and massive hunt, and they had to euthanize the ones that had escaped. Now, there was a woman behind that truck that stopped to help, and she came in contact with the monkeys. As a result, the CDC told her that she needed to be aware of her medical situation and look for some signs and symptoms. If she had anything, to go directly and get assistance. She has had some pretty strange symptoms show up. She is currently on an antiviral medication as well as getting a series of rabies shots because she did come in contact with the saliva of the monkeys. So, I do know that the Kenya Airlines has determined they will no longer fly the macaws, something like that, monkeys, even though they are in great demand for, laboratory because of COVID and HIV/AIDS. It's a monkey that's used for those kinds of experiments and things like that. So they have determined that they will no longer fly those monkeys in. China also supplies those monkeys, but they're going to continue to supply those monkeys. But I'm just going to say this. If you are behind a vehicle that is carrying something like that, don't help. Check on the driver, but leave the back of the truck alone. Lord knows what this woman has or was exposed to. And the CDC and the lab that they were going to knows exactly what she was exposed to. And they actually should own up and let this woman know and her doctors know so that they can treat her. So yeah. You have to be careful with the CDC. They're not always open and honest with us as a public. So, that is it. I will see you again soon. Everybody have a great week. And remember, if you haven't already made some of those small items to go in the Easter baskets for wings, get a move on. You got the whole month of February. It's 28 days. Come on. Get them to Rose so she can get them out to wings. Alright, I'll see you guys again soon. Bye. And, choose kindness.